Microphone's not cooperating with me. Hello and good morning, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Jedi Academy. Give me a second here. I'm getting everything set up. Yes. Why is this not doing that? Hey. Stop that. Stop that. All right. Why is this not giving me YouTube? Give me the YouTube. You need the YouTube. Well, when it pops up, I'll fix it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jedi Academy, the weekly show that we do, well, as much as we can, here on a Saturday morning. And we are here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We do this every Saturday that we can, as I mentioned, and it's pretty simple. It's a Q&A show. I leave the Zoom call open for any content creators that are out there that can join. Sometimes we get a lot, sometimes we get a few, sometimes we don't get any, and that's okay. And if you have any questions you want to post to myself or any of the guests that we have on, then feel free to get those questions in. And if you could do me a favor, make sure you put the word question for any extra question, comment in our statement. That way we can identify your questions easier. Where is you? Sorry, I had to get this going here. So I can see all the chat, so I can see the questions. I've got to get all this set up. I can't do it until it goes with Restream. It's like, yes, give me that. Give me this. Give me that. Yes, work with me. Love me. All right, let me get that over here. And then we've got everything we need. Perfect. There we go. Now I can see everything. All the peoples, all the pepples here on YouTube and Twitch. We are live on both right now. So besides that, that's how the show works. If you have any questions, get those in. You know the format. Now, the other thing is give a greeting. Say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. Say hi out there. Let me know you're live. And we can see that's already starting to happen in the chat. I'd like to shout out everybody. This is an interactive stream, of course, and say thank you for being here. You could be watching anything else and you're watching this, and God bless America. I appreciate you. Over on YouTube, we've got Hit Me, Kimmy, one more time. Says, good morning, skewers. Hello, Kimmy, baby. Over on the YouTubes, we also have Kitch joining there saying, morning there, Kitch. Good to see you there, feller. LBC, so many problems in the LBC, says, our good friend Rob says, morning. How the hell are you, my friend? I'm quite fine. We had a fine drinking session last night and on my stream, and then we hung out with Scribbles, and it was just a fantastic time, and we did good work there. Good work indeed. Yes, if you haven't joined us on Freaky Fridays, man, it's a blast, man. We have a lot of fun. You got to, man. It's Friday. You got to get crazy. Got to get, do silly things. Let people laugh. Get out of the doldrums of their week. They're happy it's the weekend, and we kick it off for everybody on a Friday. So yes, we get drunky. Yes, we have a lot of fun. Yes, we're ridiculous. So there. Dot22 Gaming over on Twitch says, well, hello there. Hello there. Another happy landing. Dalton, konnichiwa, konbawa, says, well, hello there as well. Hello there. Double hello there's. Finish him. Happy Saturday to you, Dop22, our good friend and fellow content creator. You can check his channel out over on the Twitch. I don't know if you do YouTube, Dop, but I'm pretty sure I know Twitch for sure. So make sure you check out our good friend Dop22 and check out his channel. It's good stuff. We rate him when we can. I try to rate as many people as I can whenever I can. I try to go in a, circle of trying to get people, especially new content creators, some views and stuff. Because when you're first starting at stuff, you only got one or two people. Nobody's watching you. And you want to be engaging. So, yeah. So make sure you check out Dop22. You got it, Betty. I'm not your Betty guy. I'm not your guy, friend. Kimmy says, it was entertaining. I love when you all collaborate. I know, we're a bunch of idiots. We gotta have fun. We had Desi on last night. It was a blast. We had Karth, which just wants to kill us. But yeah, that's the way it is. FBC says, stateside Friday night is going to do something I can't miss. It's my highlight of the week, I know. I know you do, Dop. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. Yeah, Fridays are fun, man. They are fun. We did do my JC before then on my channel, of course, here on Archie. Again, we tried some new stuff out. We went for a couple counters that I've been doing some testing. It's costing me the matches, but if I can test it out and see how it works, then you guys can see what not to do. So we tried I tried a Phoenix variant that I was thinking for the Inquisitors, and That didn't go well. I had to try it because I was like, if I could try that. And then we tried Afra again on Jabba. It didn't go well either. Mainly because I've got to redo that mod. I'll do it here next week before we get into our next round of GAC. I've got to add way more defense onto that thing because it has none at the moment, and you can't survive the hits. I mean, Bosch is going to Bosch the shit out of you. So yeah. So yeah. So a couple of learning lessons we've learned for the last couple rounds with that team and some other stuff. But yeah. Um well, we did do some cool counters yesterday for you guys. I think we did. What did we use? I can't remember. I think we used Ray. The UFO team just nuked it. Lord Vader, Bo Mando did her thing. I'm trying to remember what we used for Queen Amidala. I want to say because we one-shotted it, but I don't remember what we used. It was gas. Yeah, we used gas on that and destroyed it because gas got very angry and and then in the north we had some teams, but we just completely destroyed them. So yeah. Carth says it will get better when I can partake in the whiskey. Being sober for these streams is rough. Hey, good morning, Carthaginigus. The Zoom call is up, by the way, buddy. Hey, Brittany Parker over on YouTube says hello. Hello, Brittany. Darren Patterson says morning, everyone. Morning, DP. Morning. Carth, I didn't know you weren't partaking in the alcohol. Are you doing some kind of diet or something? Oh, little calorie counting there, buddy. Respect if you are. You know me. I work out as religiously as I do and diet as religiously as I do because on Fridays I imbibe a lot of needless calories with all the shoeies and nuts and bourbon. It would be nice for Carth to get junky with us. So yeah, we'll continue. I think we've got pretty much the teams locked in that we want to use for GAC. So my experimentation period of my life is over on this round of GAC. There was a few few teams I wanted to try out, different variations with our cron, and we learned some valuable lessons, and that's what's important. That's what's important. Yeah, we've learned that. Wolfie the Wolf Man says, is it? Oh, he's talking to Carth. He didn't care about me. Well, Wolfie, I'll have to tell you this, man. Me and Scribbles have a very high win rate because Carth does not make it easy on us, man. I mean, the stuff we had to work with last night, I was like, oh, Carth, you're really throwing on us. Happy up, Wolfie. And speaking of Carth, he's joined us on the call. Hello, Carthaginigus.
Howdy.
Howdy, Mr. Sober. Should I just start playing sober from Tool for you for the next couple weeks?
Yeah, doing the 75 hard challenge.
What's that? I'm not familiar with that challenge.
Oh, you can't drink. You got to follow a diet for 75 days. You got to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every day.
Oh,
You got to work out twice a day for 45 minutes. It doesn't really matter what the workout is. Just have to go out and do it. One of them has to be outside. Can't smoke, can't drink. A couple other odd things. But yeah, so I'm like week 7 of 10. I don't remember.
Well, I've been doing that naturally anyway, so I'm glad you're joining us there, Carthaginigus. That'd be me well and cannoneer right there, Carthaginigus. Yar! He'd be part of your party.
The fun part with that is you can't deviate at all. Otherwise, you start over.
And it's like when I'm doing keto, man. Like you can't, if you break it, then it takes.
You have to start like over. Another week to get back in ketosis. So
yeah,
it's a good time.
Yeah, it's not good time when all you're eating is fish and chicken.
The diet I'm doing right now is the carnivore diet, and all I'm eating is just basically red meat and eggs.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, you can have steak, you can have chicken, you can have fish, eggs. I mean, that's how I dropped 85 pounds, is just doing that and then working out. I don't work out twice a day, but the workout I do is really intense. So when I do it, I feel like I'm going to die afterwards because It's like, let's do 25 pull-ups with weights on my leg. It's like, that's the evil shit that I have to do. Oh, hey, then we got more people coming in. What else 73 says, good morning, one and all in one. That's right. There's our trusty data keeper. What else 73? Kitch says, this game is 10 years old next year. How mad is that? Ed is mad. What have we done with our lives, Karth? Was a young man.
Don't
when
ask
we
those
started.
questions.
I know.
Don't ask those questions.
Let's not talk about it. In fact, let's never bring it up again. LBC says when Karth went to dinner with his father about a month ago, he came back buzzed and got drunk with us. That's right, but he's not doing that anymore.
Oh, a month ago, man, it was longer than that.
Yeah, longer than that. Yeah, if you're young,
almost 2 months ago.
Yeah,
yeah.
DP says the Night Sister counter last night though. That was really something else, man. It's still. I still think it. Did you kill Jabba? Did we took out Jabba with that? Or was it a two shot?
No, we had a 2-shot it, but I took the wrong Night Sister. I should have taken an Acolyte or Initiate, somebody that that didn't strip, because what ended up happening is that Spirit, even though they do a ton of damage, their basic strips turn meter.
Yeah.
And it was giving Jabba bonus protection every time we did it. So we probably would have made it through if I had taken a different Night Sister in.
Yeah.
But yeah.
LBC says, have fun, Karth. Good luck, kid. You're gonna need it.
You just don't think about it.
Mm-mm.
It's fine.
Kimmy says, dang, nice work, Karth. Healthy choices for 75 days can't hurt. That's right. Well, when you start a diet like this, I know I went through this, Karth. I'm sure you did too. Is like when you do it, when you make the conscious decision, the first 2 or 3 days is going to suck. Because, like for me, just drinking water, I stopped sodas, and it really the sugar, right?
Yeah.
You just have withdrawal. It's pain. you're just like,
you don't realize pizza. how much stuff you put in yourself until you cut everything away and just eat like one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I found out pretty hard and fast. If I'm not cooking a ribeye steak, I couldn't probably eat red meat that consistently because I need the fat in it. Otherwise, I just loathe chewing through like a pot roast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, steaks it is. So I went down to the we have a chef store here in town, but you can go to Costco or any place that sells in bulk. I buy about 20 pounds of a rack of ribeye.
Yep.
And then I just dice it up into about 1.5 inch steaks. And then that's my lunch and dinner.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll meal prep for 3 or 4 days. Like I'll cook like a bunch of eggs, right? Mm-hmm. And then put them in Tupperware, and then that'll be like my meal for the next 2 or 3 days. Or I'll make some chili, and then that'll be my meal for the next 3 or 4 days, right? Depending on which cycle I'm on. So yeah, that totally makes sense. Oh look, Karth, it's Desi Jingle. Snarf, snarf. Oh, snarfy, snarf. Oh. Good morning, Desi. Wolfman says it was the trench counter that I was impressed with. Oh yeah, we did trench versus who did we beat the shit out of?
Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Just smoked the crap out of her.
Yeah, there's just a lot of counters to Ray. It's just really shocking.
It feels like the thing with Leia, like the reason why Leia is this weird enigma is because the Datacron.
Yeah.
Because the cutting the damage out of turn attacks by 50% really kills your ability to get through her, and then you have to get through her protection twice, and then she gets like 200% max protection over the course of the fight, plus additional 50% the first time you knock her down, and then it's just like you can never really get through her fast enough.
Yeah,
so it's like that back wall stalled out pretty nice and hard.
Almost pulled it off, man. It was just one layer left.
Well, if we had gone in with C first and then JML, it would have been fine.
Yeah,
because we would have cleared out the Stormtrooper Han and the Obi-Wan or Old Ben and R2, and then we could have cleaned that up, because the true damage from JML, you just would have smacked everything in the face. Yeah. But it's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, Daddy's saying good morning coffee needed. Yeah, I'm already drinking coffee. I'm sure Karth is too. Well, I don't know if you're allowed to have coffee.
On cup number 2. Yeah, you can have black coffee. You just can't have
you can have all the bells and whistles with it.
Yeah. You can have milk, but you can't have any sugar. Yeah. But carnivore is like dairy, like animal products, basically.
Yeah, you can be all right. Wolfman says, is that Ray counter only because of support Kron, Karth?
The large portion of that answer is yes. The reason why it works is because the buff immunity that Wat Tambor puts out on his first turn, and so that really helps make it so that you don't get stuck behind other things. You can get right onto Ray. You can get the inspiration off and go right after her. It's what really kind of helps the counter. And then all the additional things make Django become a tactical nuke. Like we saw it last night with Ben. You know, we brought Ben from full health and like 20% protection to dead by hitting him with like a 600k rocket in the face. So
Yeah, it was
ramping
nice.
crit damage really helps eliminate things permanently that you don't really see as often. So the support cron does really help. We're finding that out with a lot of teams. The support crons are just stupid because
Yeah.
the way it's coded is that it's for like, so like with like Saw Gerrera is a good case in point. Every time he inflicts or not inflicts, but gives an ally a buff, it gives 5 instances of trying to inflict a debuff, right? So at the beginning of the fight, Saw Gerrera gives everyone 2 heal over times. So that is 8 instances of someone gaining a buff, and that is 40 instances of trying to inflict uh, buff immunity. So if those all land, it's like 400% crit damage that Kyle just got. And so it's like it's just it's a pretty nutty mechanic that they've got going on. So there's a lot of teams that are benefiting from that. But yeah, the nutty one I think right now that's coming out of all of this is the Rolo counter to Leia. I think that's my favorite thing so far.
Yeah. I'm just doing some re-rolling here. I'm like, ugh, God.
Well, that's the thing is like I put a 6 GL defense down with Padme, Queen Amidala, Gungans, and the Imperial Remnant, and I mean the opponent still got through all of it.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
yeah. I mean, it just depends on like it's just RNG. Like if you have the right count on the right team, you can still get bad RNG. I mean, we've seen that time and time again. Where it's like, oh, that's not good.
yeah,
Because the Datacrons are unforgiving. But if you have the right counters, stuff. I mean, and I've been messing with some stuff, and you know, it cost me the first round, but I don't care, right? Because it's like with the squish happening, I just have given up on staying in Kyber 1 for now, Karth, until they fix that. Because I was doing so well. I've always have a winning record. We're getting climate and then 90
yeah,
points down. It's like, okay.
yeah.
How
I
am I
think
supposed to overcome that? Even when I go 6-3, it's like, come on. And if you go 5-4, you're really falling. So I was like, I give up. I'm done.
yeah,
You
a
know?
large portion of it, is from the fact that they haven't figured out how to fix the bug with the people gaining that like ungodly amount of skill rating when they get promoted from Erodium to Kyber.
Yeah.
And so the issue is that the leaderboards are now massively inflated at the top. I mean, you've got somebody who is 8 million GP right now with 4,889 skill rating. Like that is 870 more than me. And it's like that player will have to lose for literal like season over season going 0-9 to even get anywhere below my current score.
Ugh.
Because you lose like 120 points a week if you go 0-3.
Yeah.
So it's like it's 3 seasons of like, and that's 300 points, and you squish, and that's in 100, and then it's like another 300 point, maybe another season. So like you got to go like 3 seasons for him to even drop out of 4,000 points. Like it's kind of a dumb thing that they've caused because now the top end's getting inflated and the bottom end is getting punished
Well,
because they're trying to bring those scores in range, and they can't do it quickly without just literally figuring out how to individually adjust like someone's like a score rating.
I don't understand because the thing that's driving me crazy about GAC, right, is they just think an algorithm is going to just make it work. Like it's like, no, you've got to be more proactive with this stuff, right? Because this has a big effect on people with their crystals and things, So, and we don't hear anything about it. They don't talk about what they're seeing and their thought process and everything. It's just nothing. And so the squish happens. We're like, you're not gonna explain why this is happening again. We went through this last time. You said that this latest fix was supposed to fix this, and it's not because it's getting worse.
Yeah, but the latest fix brought in that catapulting issue, and now we're stuck with the
Yeah.
other end of the stick. Is now you got the like Kyber 1 used to be like the top of Kyber 1 used to be like 41, 4,200. You know, maybe Aesop Rock was cooking 43 before that problem because he wins so consistently that he was able to stay up there. But you know, now it's just like top, you know, now you're at 48. I mean, we're going to be into above 5,000 here pretty soon if they just keep going, because people that are in the top 8 right now, you know, most of the guys that are actually good, you know, such that should be there, they're fighting guys with like 7-8 million GP, and they're just going to keep racking up win over win over win, and might have one actually challenging fight every week.
Right.
So they it's just kind of a compounding problem. And my hope is that the reason why they're radio silent and all of that is because they plan on changing the matchmaking system across all PvP modes.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
And then we'll listen different, because I know a lot of people still complain about TW. And
TW is just
well, it's such a crock shoot for like the like right now it's like the guilds that are somewhere between like 450 to like 575, they're the ones getting absolutely just punched in the dick over a lot of this,
yeah.
because they wind up in matchups where even when they don't have all their signups, they're still facing guilds that have, you know, 50 to 100 million more GP more than them. And in those areas, that's a huge deal. Like,
Yeah. Well, even
we,
and for those guilds too, because I'm in one of them, right?
yeah,
What is our GP? It was that. Let me look here real quick. We are at
you should be 600 something, right?
611. So,
Yeah.
but we only get 40 to 42 people signing up like on the weekend, right? Because
Yeah.
of real life and things of that nature. It's not mandatory. So our GP drops, but then we're facing guilds that should not be facing us either, you know? And
Yeah.
it's not, and I hear the term sandbagging. It's not sandbagging. People are like in the hospital or having a child or they have work. They can't do it. So if that bothers you, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But yeah, I think that, but their complaint though is legit because they're facing us and they shouldn't. You know, the thing
Yeah.
I came up with, I saw this in a few other games where they just create a NCAA. You know, you take 16 team or 16 guilds in the top 16, then the next 16, and then you let them in a bracket randomly fight it out, and then based off their winning and all that stuff, then you can reassess who's in what position and then do it again. I think TW would work a hell of a lot better and be more fun,
Well,
make it
I
random
mean,
than it is right now.
you'd almost think that if they added the skill rating to TW, that it would provide far more consistent um matchmaking, because if you're matching with your guild skill rating, then I feel
Right.
like that would, but I mean, again, we then have to be in a system where it's like, okay, how do we relegate this to be useful? How do we keep the rewards fair? How do we keep everything kind of in balance? Because like that's the thing I don't like about TW right now is it's a lot of hullabaloo
Mm-hmm.
for very meh rewards.
Yeah, it's not great.
Like I don't love the idea of having to spend money on R9 mats, but I mean R9s are so overall they're so not needed that if your guild is doing 50% win rate in TW, you're not really missing out on the content per se.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's only for like those topper end guilds that are trying to get past like 36 stars in TW or whatever else like that. They need those R9 platoons and things of that nature. Then sure, yeah, go have a great time. But until then, you know, you've got the 3, well, now it's going to be 5, and we pretty sure it's going to get to 6 required R9s. I'm almost confident they're going to do R9 Fulcrum for
I
Ahsoka
think
as
we're all on
well.
that bandwagon. After Commander Ahsoka came out, I was like,
Yeah.
one
Well,
more Relic 9, man. It's
yeah,
happening.
my guess is that they are going to have an Ahsoka requirement in every block. So we got Snips, we went with Commander Tano, we'll get Fulcrum, and then the last one will be Ahsoka Starfighter. But I feel like that's the only reason they went to 16 on that, was just to like, we have an Ahsoka in every block. But I mean, Ahsoka Starfighter is such a giveaway, it's not even funny. Like
Yeah.
oh, who doesn't have that except for like accounts under 4 million GP? Like, and if they're going for GL Ahsoka as their first GL, best luck to you.
Yeah, because I mean, for So for where I'm at, I'm right on top of it. You're right. I've taken everybody to Relic 5. I haven't done any Relic 9s or anything yet. Because I was like, I
Yeah,
told
because
you.
why?
Why? There's no point of doing anything past, you
Yeah,
know,
give me a launch date and I'll
then
make
I'll
those
pop
final
it,
upgrades.
because
Yeah,
because I just had to we just get through the raid. I did a bunch of Relic 9s and stuff for that. And then we were making our big push in stars. So I did some more Relic 9s, right?
yeah,
And I did Kenobi and Obi-Wan for the assault battle for the raid. I did Queen Amidala. I did Jar Jar. So I'm having to get it up, get my Relic 9s and Relic 8 material up. But I'm just hoarding right now because it's like taking the 5, wait. Because I was looking at the journey guide. I'm like, okay, if we get another Relic 9, I'll have 3 and I'll be ready to
yeah.
go. I just need to get some more because it's pretty much 2 Relic 8s. But some of this is
Yeah.
already, yeah, I mean, uh, you know, Death Trooper 7, Enoch 7, okay. It's like, okay. Ezra Bridger 5, okay. I've already got gas at 8, Saj at 5. So, I mean, it's just a matter of, for me, just popping. Now, that being said, we're older players. We've been doing this a long time. These requirements, man, these are steep, bro. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. I mean, you look at it already. Gas is a legendary character that requires 14 characters for an unlock.
Yeah.
Cat is a conquest character. Now, granted, she's old enough to where she's accessible, but it's still not a fast farm by any measure
Mm-mm.
for anybody that doesn't have her, right? Then you got the 3 new marquees. That's going to be a hurdle for a lot of players to
Mm-hmm.
overcome that aren't going to spend. And then like Asajj, yeah, not a, I mean, ISIS aren't like fantastic, but it's okay. That she's an easy one to do. Ezra's not that bad of a character to do, but I feel like they're gonna just kind of keep doubling down on this as we go through. I think we're gonna get another higher profile character in the next set as well. I was kind of hoping that we'd get some other things, but the more I look at what we still need in this game to finish off Ahsoka's team, right? Because Ahsoka's team is GL Ahsoka and Ezra
Yeah.
confirmed +3. We're assuming those will be brand new marquees from their
Yang and
what they
yeah.
said in the in-game message. Okay, so there's 3 more for that. Then we're expecting Balin at some point. If we don't get Shin, I'm gonna
I'm
riot
gonna lose.
because
I'm gonna riot too. There's no way you
and
bring
like
Bale
Shin and
without
Merrick,
Shin.
like I don't understand why they wouldn't bring both in because at least with Shin and Merrick is technically a mercenary in Star Wars
Yeah.
lore. Concerning to go if you go to the Lucasfilm database
Yeah.
website,
Yeah.
they call him a mercenary. So that gives you at least a 3-man team, and then they can provide some flexibility with that. But
Well,
I
you have
mean,
the
if
Great
see,
Mothers and some other
yeah, the
characters
Great
gonna come in there.
Mother. Well, the Great Mothers, I'm assuming will be an event. But
Some
that's
sort of
just
thing.
yeah. When they say that their power should be the equal to Gungans, I feel like that goes that way, but I could
Right.
be wrong. We'll see what happens. But even with that, is I feel like Balin's event now is going to be more like a bit more like Malik,
Right.
where you're going to have 2 sides and 2 different teams to do it. Um, which will be weird and interesting all at the same time. But I feel like that's the route they kind of are heading because otherwise, we've got 4 more marquees that aren't going to be required for Ahsoka, but they did say every new marquee coming out is required for one of the 2
Yeah,
characters.
they did on the road ahead. They did say that.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, so Balin's requirements are about to get steep as fuck.
Yeah, they're all steep. I mean, it's just
You know, side note, beyond all of this, I was thinking the other day, because I was trying to figure out with GL Thrawn how they would fill out the team, right? Because we've got 3 out of the 4 essentially, or 4 out of the 5 for the 5-man squad, right?
mhm.
I feel like they're going to give us Captain Pelion as his pair, right? That's going to be kind of the character that they bring in. They've done a lot of effort to make Captain Pelion a bigger part of the thing. Um, but I was wondering if they would bring in the assassin, Rook. But I thought it'd be really interesting if they brought Rook in as a summons.
Hmm.
So if like Thrawn's the leader, he brings in Rook as a summons for his squad. And then
Hmm.
you have you always have the assassin without having to have the additional character. And then you can make that
Hmm.
part of the thing. I would be interested to see if that how they play out Thrawn, because I feel like they're gonna really, really lean into this we can't be crit mechanic,
Yeah.
because Enoch's minus 450% crit chance is on his unique, not his leadership.
Yep.
So that's gonna be with how they roll into the GL with it, which is gonna be nuts. That's gonna be so crazy.
Well, yeah, because you were talking about this the other day, and I was like, oh no. Where you're like, yeah, we're gonna get GL Soka, Balin, and then GL Thrawn. I'm like, ah, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do a tight turnaround on Thrawn. We're gonna get like 4 months in between the two.
That's gonna be nuts, dude.
But the only thing that would
With
change
Balin in
my
between, oh my god.
yeah, the only thing in my head that changes that for me is if they for whatever reason launch a
Ship.
conquest ship
Okay.
in December, then I might change my tune on that, because but I mean, even then that's still 3 months or 2.5 months essentially for that ship to get out, and they might want to release other things and
I
do a
think
new capital ship in the spring.
someone said that it might be Shin as the next Conquest character.
I don't think they would make her a conquest character, but it depends on what they want to do with the mercenary
Yeah,
tag. If they want to make it like Shin and Balin being a duo and just wreck and face, then I would be okay with it.
sure.
But I can't imagine them pushing Balin out that far, because I feel like if Balin doesn't have Shin, the team's kind of like
Yeah.
a meh, a meh thing. So I don't know. I would suspect she would be a marquee. But that's the thing right now we're looking at, right? Is that CG's on the track for a marquee every 2 weeks. If we have at least in my head, there's at least three more marquees coming. Um, Potentially, oh no, sorry, at least four.
There's got
Four,
to be. There's got to be. We know the mothers because that's the last thing we'll get because that was in the road ahead. So we've gotten all the characters from the road ahead
yeah.
here next week, right? Because they'll announce them unless they put it off a week, and but it's still in that 2 to 3 week cycle they've been in.
Well, yeah, I feel like they're if the Great Mothers are a event, which is where my inclination is, my guess is that they're going to require a lot of the new marquees
Yeah.
as part of the to get access to it, but not necessarily to unlock it. Um, that would be my interpretation of it. But
Yeah.
they could do a marquee with the Great Mothers in with this
But you need
new
like,
community event
yeah.
they got going on. But if they want to do it as an event, then you're probably looking for 4 weeks to 6 weeks before that would even show up in game, because everything needs to at least hit shipments beforehand, and we just got Enoch 2 days
Yep.
ago, so
We got
that's at
them.
least 4 weeks out.
Yeah. So we won't get it next week. We'll get it the week after. We'll get something on that. Here's a back to Battlehan 224. Good evening, my friend. Big O, I didn't say hi to you earlier. Good morning. What else? Singer 3 and Adohan are both saying, so if we get a new Thrawn, will we get a new Chimera with him? I don't see why not. Not initially, I don't think, but yeah.
I have a hard time with that one. If they did,
It wouldn't come out immediately. It'd be later on that they would do something with that ship.
yeah, and they would probably even try to make they would probably give that ship a different pilot,
Yeah.
unfortunately, because I don't think they would have to nerf the stats really hard for the GP sake, because
Yeah. A
GLs have
GL on a cat on a meta
yeah,
ship. Oh lordy.
that would be interesting. I'd be interested to see it, but I
Hmm.
don't think they'll go down that road. I think they have way too much to build out. Same thing with New Republic. I feel like they can start adventuring that way, but they have
Yeah.
so much groundwork to lay to make that viable, that unless they start just dumping marquees and ships from that era, I don't
Some E
see.
wings stuff like that. Sure, they could do it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but there's just so much that needs to come out to support it, which is where I feel like that's why they wouldn't go that direction,
I
unless we
got
get a
I've got a
massive
question for
content
you
bump.
because I've been doing the marquees. The previous one on Death Trooper Peridia had the pack. that if you got to a certain point, you can get that extra pack, right? It had 30 character shards, and I bought that
Yeah.
immediately. I was like, hell yeah, that saves me crystals. This one was different because with Enoch, they did the 5 or the 6 pulls for 5.
The surge pack.
I didn't
Yeah.
like that, man. I liked the guaranteed shards that were in there. I wish they would go back more to
Well,
that.
yeah,
It seems
because
like they're
the
experimenting, but I mean, I did it
yeah
just because
the
why not?
price
But
point was kind of I think the part that people didn't really agree with,
yeah,
because it was like what
6,000 crystals or something like that.
6,000 crystals for basically
Whatever it
30
came out.
30
Yeah,
guaranteed shards, which was like 3 times the cost
yeah,
of that other pack for Peridia, the Death Trooper Peridia. So I don't think people were really happy about that, but if people are gonna, wail on opening packs anyways, it was a good opportunity for them
yes,
to do that. So I mean, I'm okay with that kind of concept, but it's like we just got something that was way better, and now you're trying to give us something that's like,
not as good.
yeah, you're progressing the wrong direction. Like I get why it existed, but I would rather just have the web store pack, $20 for 30 shards, and I can only get on the web store and we call it a day.
Yeah,
But
I
the
agree.
flip side was
I
kind
didn't
of
like that. I was like, I'm going to do it anyway. But I was like, no, I kind of like
yeah,
that Trooper Purdy a little bit better here.
you're already down the
Yeah, I
down
was
the
already down the hole.
the
Yeah,
hole
we're gonna be
of
continuing down the hole. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just waiting to see where it all falls together, and then just hoarding because I'm in that stage now. It's like because we're working on Captain Enoch on Monday or Tuesday, I'll get him to 7 stars and bam, right? Because I take him to 6, get him in a position to where it's like, okay, let's do the event, and then on Tuesday we lock him. I take him to Relic 5. We do the other goodies. Thing, and then he's at their Relic 5. How do we want to mod Enoch? Currently, I just put a speed set and a health set on him. I didn't really care.
As far as I've seen so far in the in it is it's speed plus whatever set you've got. Um
Yeah, I
so
just threw mods on him. I was like, here you go, buddy. Just
I've seen like speed health, I have seen speed defense, I've seen speed tenacity,
all right. So one of those routes, okay.
one of those routes. I think you're just trying to bulk him up um, a bit more. I could see tenacity being useful for him to kind of just um, keep him from just getting like stun locked or whatever else. But there's just so much going on with that team where it's just like, all right, well, this is interesting. So I we'll see what happens, but I feel like right now him being relatively quick to kind of keep the skills coming out are kind of going to be in your favor, and then after that it's going to be just whatever else you can have that's a decent speed.
All right. So keep your questions coming in and stuff. I'm getting what am I sharing on stream? Here, hold on. Let me copy this link.
Oh, it's just it's the Rolo counter versus.
I will show that here in a little bit. I was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm getting tagged by my fleet. Like, what? Who do I need to hit? Hold on, everybody. There's another sniper moving up.
Your fleet shard still talks.
Oh, all the time.
Mine has been like dead quiet for like, I don't know, like 9 months. I think the most activity that happens in there is when people end up facing each other and they'll like tag them in there and like, hey man, we're fighting this TW. And they're like, oh, that's cool. Anyways.
Well, this is the. Can you hit somebody? I'm like, hit who?
Hit these nuts.
Actually, he's behind me. Someone hit him already. All right, they're not making sense. I'll get the clarification on that. I'm like, huh? Who am I going after? This don't say. Can you hit this person? Hit who? Good morning, Lee. Rock Aaron says, "Great Mother Sabine, Shinati, all likely. Yes, they are." Good morning, Rock Aaron. He says, "I like the $20 pack for DTP that had 30 shards and less omnis. Saved me $10. Yeah. I mean, listen. I think the new market system. I think overall is really good. I think we all can agree on that.
Oh yeah, it
it's
cut down the
fantastic.
price of a marquee in half essentially, and it massively encourages players to want to at least invest a little bit
Yeah.
into getting further star counts. So I think the only gotcha that they've got on this so far is the oh my god, it's the you can't do tiers that you don't have everyone at the star level for.
Right.
So I think that's the only gotcha. So like if you didn't take the previous two marquees to like 6 stars,
Right.
then you can't do the 6-star tier with Enoch if you happen to get him at a higher unlock.
Right.
So that part I was a little bit like, all right, come on, guys. But I mean, for the most part, I think everyone's going to invest to the same level. You're not going to push past where you were already going to go unless you get really lucky and get like a 145 or a 330 drop, and then you're like,
yeah, that's not gonna. Hey, Jedi rolls over on YouTube's with $5 super chat. Says Ranger, hey, our legal land master from San Diego says I got the new Padme Relic 6. Oh, very nice.
Get some more coffee.
Go get some more coffee. Very nice, Jedi rules. Orlando question: with all the characters we're getting, they have to change something in GAC at some point. I don't know what they're going to do at GAC, because I'll give you an example. Last night with 5v5, not so much with threes, just because there's way more teams and stuff in threes, but that's getting a little diluted in the sense that we didn't use Leia. We didn't use a lot of teams last night. I did not use GL Leia last night. Now, that's not because my opponent he put down GLs and a bunch of stuff, but I mean, just the way it worked out, I'm like, can I beat this without using Leia? I can. So we're getting a lot of stuff left over in that we're just not. There's only so many teams. They're going to have to do something with GAC here eventually at the upper levels, not for entire all of GAC.
So.
Because
God, I hope so.
The amount of teams I'm having left over on offense in 5s and even in 3s now, Karth, is just like, God, I didn't use any of those. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of good stuff I'm not using. It's like just sitting there.
Yeah, 100% the reason why I'm just going like balls to walls defense, because I'm just like, I'm having so many things that off meta so much of the stuff where it's just like, why do I need my GLs again? But then it's just depressing because your GLs get rolled over by so many dumb off meta counters. You're just like, really?
What else in 3? And too many people are just playing offense and ignoring defense. CG's rewarding players for playing half the match. Yeah, there's just no strategy for defense. You try to put your best foot forward on defense with these crons. Hope something goes wrong and drop battles, because especially in the top, it's different in the bottom tiers, right? Because you can get a team that's really powerful and someone just doesn't have the counter for it, right? But at Kyber 2 and Kyber 1, like, it's efficiency. It's like they just blast you through. It's like they don't even have to try. It's like, I'll keep all my good things for offense no matter what you put on defense. I'm going to just clear you. It's like, oh. I kind of miss that a little bit, that, certain teams and strategies on defense could, trip your opponent up, but there's none of that in Kyber 2 and 1 for sure. It's a little frustrating because it's like, not like I'm putting down trash on defense. I'm putting crazy shit down on defense with relic, the level 9s and 6s and all the stuff, right? All the bells and trimmings, and it gets blasted. It's like, God damn. Is there anything on defense I can put down that has any hope?
No, there's not.
And the only reason I've dropped battles is because I just wanted to do trying out some different teams and stuff, just to see for the rest of 5v5 what works and what doesn't for me, right? So we've had some fun experimenting with some teams. It's going to cost me the match because I'm not being efficient, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. Jetta Real says, Ranger, my birthday was amazing on Thursday. I went to the batting cages and ate a Philly cheesesteak for dinner. I had Mexican food. God almighty, brother, So let's recap here, Karth. Went to the batting cages, amazeballs. Ate Philly cheesesteak, which in itself, that's just delicioso. Then you had Mexican food afterwards. Brother, the next day, how bad was it for you? Oh my God. A Philly cheesesteak and Mexican food on his birthday. That's not even including the cake and all the other stuff, Cart. That's a pretty good birthday.
That's a lot of stuff in the things.
That's a lot of stuff in your gut. Oh my goodness, Jedi rolls. I'm glad you had. Not only did you get Queen Amadilla, Relic 6, but you also had, it looks like, just a fantastic birthday, and we like seeing it. So happy birthday there. That's fantastic. And your Padres are kicking ass too, so that's good too. All right, keep your questions coming in and stuff. We're going to go for a long while here. So you got me and Carth, we're drinking coffee, hanging out. And then let me get this back up and running. Now, just as a reminder, kids, I'll be doing D&D tonight here on this channel, so we'll get our new session of D&D going. So that'll be a lot of fun. He's he's a little bit older than 21. Yeah, a little bit older. G-Dub's joined us. Says, oh, hey there, Bodge. Hey, Bodge. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Eh? Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm trying to get through work so I can enjoy the D&D stream later. What time are you doing it, by the way? Well, it'll be 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So there you go. And we'll do about 3 hours of that. I don't do long D&D. I'm not Finn. That little rascal. 4 hours of 5 hours. Usually on Finn streams about 11 o'clock, as I've been, of course, I do Jedi Academy and other streams. I'm just in there going, I'm sleepy. I want to go to sleep. Him? No, we're not going to hang him. We can't hang him. No. Why didn't that show up here? Oh, I gotta turn it on here. Oh. Double. Yep. Everyone, happy birthday to Jedi Rules. Mountain, I'm in Central, so you're only 1 hour behind there, G-Dub. Cart's 2 hours behind. He's on West Coast.
Woo!
Boo! Up in them woods doing Paul Bunyan stuff. You know what I'm saying? My opponent still has not attacked me. They took out the raid team, didn't score very well, but did take it out. So I'll get you guys know how it goes. So yeah. Yes, happy birthday, Jedi Rules. Look at all the birthday wishes. Oh, that's just fantastic. Fantastic. You're the only team that is beating my Padres is the last place Rocky. Sometimes, inter division rivals know how to beat your ass. That's just the way it goes. And G-Dub has found that Desi's here. Yep, schnarr. There you go. Yep, more birthday wishes for our Legoland Master Jedi Rules. All right. So yeah, that'll be tonight at G-Dub, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific. If you need your time zone difference. And then we were going to get ready to kick off our ACS campaign. Some stuff happened. We're delaying it probably next weekend. I'm going to be doing the big kickoff of our ACS campaign next Saturday. We're still getting some stuff in place and stuff, so we'll have a big stream on next Saturday if everything works out. I'll keep you guys posted on that. We'll kick off our 2024 ACS fundraising. We're trying to get over 100,000 totally raised just for the ACS. Not too schwabbity, so stay tuned. Venom rules. Did someone say rules? I like rules, especially the 35th. Venom, you lost me. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's Saturday morning. Don't do it. Hello, Nathaniel Morgan over on YouTube. All right. Someone was mentioning this. Yeah, it's the only rule he does expect. What's up with ships, Arth? God Almighty.
Which part of them?
Well, they've been non-existent for a while, so I mean, it's allowed everybody to catch up, which has been kind of, and then we know about ship RNG and TW and GAC, but we haven't gotten anything. They go through this helter-skelter thing where we get a ton of ships, their Karth, and then we get nothing.
Well, and that kind of is like where I feel like we're not going to get anything like winter quarter for ships, or even like maybe like end of spring quarter we might.
Yeah,
because we have nothing to build off of. Like if they wanted to do like a trench capital ship, which is what everyone kind of suspected, right? They would still need like, at least if they split the fleet, they would have to get 2 more ships in for trench, and then they would need to bring in like 3 more ships for GG to be able to do his thing. So there's just so many, like, I don't know where they go with that. So I feel like they're at the point now where it's like they needed more time to fully develop a new fleet around something. and I don't know where they're headed with that, because it's like it doesn't make sense to do Imperial Remnant because we have 0 ships for that unless they start giving us cross tags for the unused Empire ships, like that they add the Imperial Remnant tag to, uh, which I would feel like that would be silly. Um, and then we have the then there's nothing really New Republic. So like, and then there's barely anything Old Republic on the light side of the thing.
Hmm.
And then you would still need the characters from that to even make that work. So it's like there's just the most logical thing in my head was something for separatists,
That's what I thought too, man.
but
I really
but
thought that
without
those, yeah,
without any level of support in game for it, I don't know when the next fleet's coming. Probably out a little whiles.
yeah. It looks like fleets are not going anywhere anytime fast. Here's a good question. Whittleson3 says, "Are we getting a new ship for Ahsoka, or will it be an old ship requirement?" I think you talked
It's
about
gonna
that.
be her starfighter. Like,
Yeah,
come on. They are not there
they're
would
not
be
putting.
nowhere for that for that ship to go. There
No,
would be literally nowhere.
no.
It would have to be like the Ebon Hawk, where it's like, here's a ship from this time that was really iconic, and then
Use it
it go,
anywhere.
yeah, use it as a bench warmer reinforcement under Holdo. Go. It's like, yay.
Yay! I
So
can't believe I had to waste resources into this. Not that the
yeah, no,
Evanhawk's bad, but
it's
it's not turning the tide in any fight,
99% confident that it is going to be Ahsoka Tano Starfighter. Like I said earlier, they are just doing a thematic thing
Yeah.
where they have 4 Ahsoka related pieces in the game that all came before GL Ahsoka. And so now they are putting a Ahsoka requirement in every block. And so I feel like that's why we got the additional requirements for her. We have 16 requirements on this one instead of the previous 15, and that is literally just because they were like, look at Ahsoka and every set of requirements, yay us. But it's Ahsoka Starfighter.
Well, I was thinking about her GL event, what they're going to do, and I think what they're going to do is from the scene from the World Between Worlds, like with Anakin. They'll take
Yeah,
each of these characters like they did in the show, and it'll be a fight in each of those different eras for Ahsoka, which would make total sense, right? Um,
yeah. I feel like they're gonna do something Clone Wars related, and
mhm.
then I feel like they're gonna do a tier where it's Cat versus Maul,
Yeah,
and then I feel like it's gonna be a tier where it's Ahsoka versus Vader or Inquisitors,
yeah,
and then I think the alt tier is gonna be GL Ahsoka fighting in the World Between Worlds.
or maybe fighting Balin. They could do that.
Could be,
If they
yeah.
want to.
Well, there's multiple tiers though, right? Because they have the tier for I can't remember what it is. Um, they have 2 alt tiers. You
Yeah,
get alt mats. You have to do each one 6 times. So they could just do 2 separate things. You fight Balin
could.
on one and lose, and then you fight in the World Between Worlds on the second one. That's an option.
Oh no, the engineer. Choo choo. Says think I got a speeding ticket to get home from this for the stream. Oh well, don't do that, brother. We don't want you. Just be safe, man. We're not going anywhere, man. Oh, engineer, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Oh, Neo Venom's gonna go lurk and Red Hulk 6-star and Marvel Strike Force. Okay, buddy. Lurk away, buddy. G Dub says the earliest I can see a new fleet is summer next year, if not fail. I mean, Fleets is like the redheaded stepchild, and I can say that because I'm a redheaded stepchild of this game, man. It is
It's feast or
Dr.
famine.
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, man. It is
Yeah,
like we get a ton of stuff like last year, and we're like, okay, let's see where we're going with fleets. And then this year it's been like,
nothing,
fleets,
nothing at
new
all.
fleets. Because
Yeah,
they'd been on that cycle for the last 3 summers. We got a new fleet, right? And
yeah.
and
Well, and that's what I'm saying is I feel like Thrawn's going to be closer than further from us GL Ahsoka. They're not going to wait. I could see the next raid being around GL Thrawn.
yeah,
I could see that, and
that'd be
then
pretty
kind of
cool.
skipping over Ahsoka. But I mean, again, right now it's right where we're at. They have given us nothing as into what we could see for a new fleet. And so my guess is that all resources got committed to pumping out um both GLs and getting both teams out the door.
Well, let's just be
So
honest. They make more money with GLs than they do with
by leaps
leaps
and
and bounds. Yeah.
bounds. Yeah.
I mean, they're not
GLs
stupid.
are massive, especially with the one they're pumping out now. I mean,
Oh
GL
God.
Ahsoka is going to be, if you want to be ready for her day one, you're easily going to be into a couple of grand if you didn't have
The
the resources
resources
to
like
get
we do.
around.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, even with what I'm going through right now. So what, $50 to $100, depending on what your resources were for each character. You know, we've
yeah.
had Morgan, the 3 troopers. That's, that's at least three,
The
400
average the
bucks.
average marquee price right now is about 150 with the new system, if to 7-star in
Yeah.
within the first week. So I mean, you got 3 marquees. That's $350 or $450 on just those. The R9s, depending on where your resources were, those can be incredibly cheap or those can be incredibly expensive, just depending on where you're at. But usually you can attribute to about $100 in R9 if you have to go out and whale on the purchases. So we think there's at least 3, so that's another 300. You're 750 there. If you didn't have gas, that's a big expenditure.
Yeah.
All these high relic things requirements are gonna drive people pretty high up on those materials as well. You're gonna drain people out. So I mean, like, you're easily looking at it. If you had a decent horde, you might be at the end of the day somewhere in the 1,000 to 1,500 range. But if you had to go all out on this
It's going to be
team,
pricey.
it's gonna get pricey really fast,
Yeah.
really fast.
Yeah. What else? Three. Stop. SME cause Carthrick. It's making my eyes twitch. It
Yeah,
makes all of our
I,
eyes twitch, man.
I feel you, but I still, yeah, it's just, you got to be able to put a price to what you're doing there, to make it make sense. So
Yeah. The engineer says,
things are at,
question.
it's just like it
Yeah. Yes.
just costs money.
Question. What's the best way to get in imp detectors in Zimbittles? Buy them or buy the mass to craft them?
Impulse detectors and Zimbittles. The best
Zibs.
thing to do for
Yeah.
that is to convert gear. I don't think it's very cost effective to buy them outright.
No.
Because let's see, 10 impulse detectors
Making me look at this stuff now. I'll tell you where I get.
2,500
Yeah, it's not worth it.
for that. So it's like, if you're looking at it from the perspective of like what you can afford, like, it's almost always cheaper to a degree to buy out the materials in crystals than it is to convert the gear. But if you have the gear and you don't need it, then it's always cheaper to go with gear.
Yeah.
But like, to get to get 20 impulse detectors, you need to basically have, oh god, that's not the button I wanted to press.
Thanks for me.
You basically have to give up let's see, 184 of the bayonets or med kits or whatever else. You need to
Yeah.
give up about 184 of those. And to purchase them, come on, bring me up to the find button so I can figure out my price per crystal. Well, that's not helpful. Silly game. There are no bayonets for sale. There's got to be the multi-tools. So those are 1,500 for 50. So 1,500 for 50, divide that by 50, get you a cost of 30 per. You need 182 for 20, which is 5,460 crystals to buy the gear to turn it into the mats. So it is cheaper by all standards to just buy the impulse detectors outright than it is to, because 20 is 1,300 crystals. It costs you almost 2,000 more crystals to buy 20 impulse detectors than it would be to convert the gear. But if you can convert the gear, you get that more organically. It's cheaper on that side of things when you're doing smaller pieces. From a crystal perspective, if you want to look at it from where
Raid.
you're at
That's
in
what
the
I do.
raid,
Yeah,
raid
that's
is the best way to do it, especially the higher
MK3s.
up in the raid you go. You use your MK3s to do a lot of your Relic 8 materials. Zimboodles, I'm pretty confident the best way to do it is still just to farm the materials in the fleet node if you're not farming anything in fleet. It does take a while, but Zimboodles, if you're not taking a ton of things to high relics, there you don't need as many. You only need 30 to go to relic 8 versus like, relic 9 is 50, but like your electriums are pretty high demand as well. So it just depends on what you're trying to get out of it. But for the most part, I feel like if you're just looking at it from crystals, it is always cheaper to buy them with crystals than it is to convert the gear. You can look at things like using your Get 3 currency for Impulse and Gerdas, or using your Mark 3 for those items as well.
That's what I do. I
Um,
hoard the shit out of
but
those, for
but
every
it's yeah,
cycle.
it's
I just go for one or the other. Like I'll get a bunch of Zimbittles and let that build up. And then I do
yeah.
the like right now I've got like 180 Zimbittles, whatever it is. So I'm back to the Relegate material, the Impulse Detector. So I'll farm with all my stuff, all the Impulse Detectors with my, you just have to pick. I think the most important thing here is figure out what is your best avenue with your resources, and then and take that and use that for that thing. Like if you just have to pick one. Like for me, I picked some bills for a while and got those, and because I just used a ton of them, so I'm like I need to build that back up, and then I built that up to where I'm like, okay, if I had to do like 5 characters right now, I have more than enough Zimbittles. And then I do look at my impulse detectors. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use my Mark III for just the impulse detectors and just get those to a level where it's like, because if I have to do 3 GLs or 3 Relic 9s, that's 60 of the Relic 9 material, but it's 120 of the impulse detectors. So I'm like, well, I'm at 80. I need 40 more. So I'm going to just sit there and
Yeah.
do that
Oh
until I
yeah.
get to 120 at least, because I know for the GL Ahsoka, that's what's going to be required. So yeah. Um, so I hope that answers your question, engineer. Uh, Ranger question from Jedi Rolls. What are the next 3 more characters for GL Ahsoka? Well, we know Ezra's going to be the conquest character, right? I still think we're getting Hu Yang
There
and
will be no
Sabine.
more
Not
marquee
requirements. No.
requirements for GL Ahsoka. The rest of the marquees will be for her squad,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty confident right now is Hu Yang, Sabine, and Hera.
Mark it down.
Nothing else really tracks. There's not really any other major players in the thing. Um, I feel like it's gonna be she's gonna be one of those GLs that they're gonna add. And like this is where I kind of like describe it. I've been on the idea of the New Republic,
Yes.
is that they're gonna give her the tag for the era so that they can make her work with the design space. Otherwise, it's like it's an era tag. It's like Old Republic and Sith Empire. They're just like, it's an era. We're just gonna give you this tag to make you different. Same thing. The reason why they're doing Imperial Remnant and Empire, and they're pulling them apart now because they need a clearer separation
Yep.
between the tags. And so I feel like they're gonna create some sort of tag for that team where it's like, or they're going to do things like with Hut Cartel, which was still a new tag, but the Hut Cartel was like, we are multiple tags, but we specifically synergize under this one banner. That's what we're going to do. And it's been all right. I've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, I think they
For
did a good
that
job
purposes,
both
but
with Jabba and Leia. I mean, the synergy with those characters,
yeah,
the teams works
Leia.
really well. More Jabba than Leia. Jabba was
Yeah,
really
Leia.
good.
I really wish they would have just gone with the extra effort to drop the entire team, because I
Yeah.
feel like they tried a lot of things. Well, that's what they did. They tried a lot of things that tried to narrow the team down and then kind of ruin that at the same time. Because like,
Yeah.
oh, we want you to use Jedi tanks. Okay, but you also made Phoenix really good in the process with Captain Rex. So I don't want to put Kanan here.
Nope.
Like, oh, well, use Zeb. I'm like, no, you don't
No, you don't
understand.
use Zeb.
Kanan. I mean, Zeb's not bad, but Kanan's
He
way
ain't no
better.
Kanan because of what he does. Hell no.
Yeah. So it's like that was the thing. Is like they tried that, and I think that didn't quite land very well. And I would rather just have them ship the entire team. So I would be. I'm here for it. I'm interested, but I think those three will be the marquees that we get for her squad, and then Ezra will be the last character.
Right. Guruka, hello. Welcome to the stream. Says question: should everyone relic 9 the two guys for Duel of the Fates? I have them at relic 7. I'm at 10 million accounts. I still need JMK, Lord Vader, and Leviathan. Ooh. Does the cost benefit of taking those two characters, relic 9 for the assault battles, equal out for what he still has to farm? Is the question here.
The reality is that the answer to it is yes. The relic 9s will pay themselves back within about 4 months of applying the two for the assault battle tier, especially if you're willing to refresh the relic 9 tier to get those additional mats a little faster. Getting 10 of those relic 9 mats, whichever way it decides, you can get 10 Gerda, 10 droid, or 5 of each, depending on how RNG is feeling about you that day.
Yeah.
If you are in a position to where you've got more droid brains than Gerdas, then that starts to retool it a little bit. But the Duel of the Fates assault battle overall is incredibly lucrative for the player, and so being able to get all that maxed out is very helpful for you, and it will help you turn around and produce more R9s at a faster rate than it would without them. So in my head, it makes the most sense to just pursue them and be done with it, because the event is guaranteed to come back once a month. And it's guaranteed to give you, if you don't refresh, at least 5 relic 9 materials, which will kind of help you fill in the gap a little faster. And the other thing is, like, when you're looking at Leviathan, in particular, is depending on where you're at in the game, I think you said 10 million GP.
Yeah.
Is that fleet going to be the make or break difference for your GAC crystal income? That would be
fleet income.
Yeah. And fleet income as well. So if it's keeping you out of the fleet, out of the top of your fleet shard, then I could see a reason to prioritize Leviathan over that. But I wouldn't prioritize taking GLs to Relic 9 over doing the assault battle. I would definitely look at the how does the not having Leviathan impact your GAC and your fleet arena income. And then if that's going to be a massive impact, or you're still getting like 50% win rate where you're at right now, then balance that out and figure that out. But that's the choices I would have.
Well, the other thing taking those two characters of Relic 9, if you take Queen Amidala to 9, which I dig because it makes her body double, that much harder to kill with the stats. You can do a higher tier of the raid. So you're getting more rewards from the raid, which is also helping you out. So it's like it's a win-win on both fronts.
Your guild, and
your individual rewards, because you can now go to the higher tier and get a higher score. You got to mod them. It's still a nasty fight, but it gives you an opportunity to get a higher score at the top tier to get more stuff out of the raid for yourself and for your guild. So you're getting rewards from that with the Mark III material and stuff, and you also get the assault battle. So yeah, I think Karth is exactly right. Weigh that versus Leviathan and crystals. If you can get into the top 20 in fleet right now without Leviathan, then I think you're okay with going for Kenobicus and Qui-Gon. If not, then maybe look at Leviathan, because that's GAC. And that's also your fleet, and that's a lot of crystals. So yeah. It says I get one almost every day in fleet, but not having Leviathan makes me drop more, so I need 100 crystals someday to get to first. Yeah, so cost analysis, Garuka, yeah, that's tough. Oh well, everybody's dropping, even me. I'm in an old tiny fleet with Leviathan, and shit, there's days I dropped to like 25, 30 now, and I'm like, God damn it. We get a new fleet so I can just kick these. Like, God damn it!
Wow, that's a lot of refreshes.
Yeah, he's just like dropping to 50.
Yeah, holy shit, that's a lot of refreshes. I may lean to
Leviathan if that's the case. If you can take one, sure, but if you're having to spend 100 of the 400 you get for one, you're only getting 300. And if you can
that's two refreshes. That's almost 15 battles.
Oof. Yeah, I may lean Leviathan here if that's the case.
I I guess it depends. What's your time worth to you at that junction?
Yeah.
Is it would you rather cut down on your and
Owls.
then the most important part of this question is too is can you 7-star Leviathan quickly? Because without it being 7-star, the other two fleets roll right over it still. So that becomes the next part of the equation is we are assuming that you would take it to 7 stars very quickly. But if you don't have the crystal income to 7-star Leviathan within the first few months, it's almost going to take it's just going to take you too much time. You're still going to be running into the same problem. You're going to have a new fleet, but you're still going to get beat down because the executor still beats on the Leviathan below 7 stars, and so does the profundity. The profundity actually just makes the running laugh of it because without the isolation on Y-wing, they can't kill Y-wing. So there's a lot of things with that particular vibe that you would need to answer. Is how quickly can you get Leviathan maxed out and prevent yourself from dropping nearly as far?
Well, yeah, the Chimera counter RNG can suck. It's a make or break fight, and yeah, trust me. Me and Garth are both familiar with that old RNG fest there. I mean, if it works, it works beautifully. Chimera versus that. But if they've got Dorito in there, oh my God. They got Dorito in there, don't even.
You can make it still work, but it's just horrible. It's really dependent on what they reinforce first with, and that's just like a really poopy place to play the game.
Yeah,
like I'm RNG,
yay! You know what's funny, Karth? I didn't tell you this yesterday. I was doing a million things were going on, and I hit fleet, and I wasn't paying attention. Empire, bounty hunter fleet, right?
Yeah.
I target the Razor Crest, not thinking, and I started hitting buttons, and I was trying to recheck because somebody was saying something. I was looking at it, I wasn't paying attention. Dude, I had the best RNG I've ever seen. We took out Razor Crest like it was nothing, dude. I have never had RNG where I had that many calls and assists, and we took out Razor Crest first. That was funny as hell, dude.
I'm like so mad that like the Falcon is like that level of just like, well, because like that was the thing, the reason why that level of RNG was acceptable back when it was under Home 1 was because of all the turn meter gains. Every time you inflicted target lock, Biston's Ewing was giving turn meter. So you were just pumping turn meter, and it made it okay to not have every assist. The profundity fight, though, like in certain areas, man, if you don't get any assists, it's like, well, this counter just went to poop because Millennium Falcon decided to take a potty break and not tell anybody. And nobody was there to fire the guns. So yay us.
Yeah, trust me. Question from What Else in 3. Should we expect Relic 9 Fulcrum while we're at it, or another Relic 9 for Silk? Oh yeah, Fulcrum's gonna be Relic 9.
Fulcrum, yeah. I would expect a Relic 9 Fulcrum.
Yeah. Just plan on it. That's why I'm planning for 3 Relic 9s right now. Yeah, I can see you doing a Gurika. The crystals for Leviathan make a lot of sense, Get higher inflate, you're not dropping as much, less fights, and then that'll help you in GAC, and then you can go back and get, I would say, Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan. I think either route he goes, he's going to get a benefit from it. So, yeah. Engineer question: how many crystals to refresh Duel of Fates event at Relic 9? My Poby and Master Qui-Gon
it's 1,000.
It's 1,000. I don't refresh, but I do get all those rewards, and they're delicious, Karth. Man, there's on the events there. I'm like, wee! Look at all this good stuff. I can't remember the rewards, but god damn, they're good, man.
It's like, well, you get tons and tons and tons of credits. Like it's 20 million credits for the first attempt. The mod slicing material is like enough to take a mod from 5A to 6E. You get a decent smattering of the impulse and the arrow magnifiers. Not like fantastic, but the droid brains. It's the refresh is $9.99. And it's 5 either Gerdas or droid brains, and either way you look at it, it's still cheaper than shipments.
Yeah,
so it's a solid option.
It's really, really, really. So Smuggler Run 2 comes and that event comes, I'm just like, stuff. Oh my god. Speaking of mods, We need some space, man. I'm so sick of having to constantly dick with mods and figure out ones I'm gonna keep. There's some I'd really like to work on their Karth, but I'm getting down to where it's like, God almighty. I've got all these mods sitting in my inventory that are like, 14 to 17 that I can't touch because we don't get in material fast enough. We're getting this influx of new mods. I'm constantly having to sell mods and like, well, I'd like to work on this mod, but it's just not good enough. It's really frustrating. It's like, oh my God, we need some more space just to help us a little bit. Just a little bit. Can we get a little bit, Karth? A little bit of
Ooh,
space. A little bit of
speaking
space.
of mods,
Oh,
speaking of mods,
yes, yes. Go
your boy just rolled a 29
ahead. Ah!
speed mod.
Hey, hear that, Linky out there? 29. I've only got one.
Ugh, that's
Linky's
my
on the
third.
impression.
That's my third one I've gotten, but it's three over like 6 years.
Yeah, plus 30 mod or bust. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Yeah. Linky's under the impression that two things are going to happen in my SWGOH playing career, Karth. I'm going to get a plus 30 mod. And then the other thing is I'm going to get a 330 pull on the Swevens.
I mean, all the power to you. I pray it happens for
It's
you,
yeah, it's not.
really. But
After 9 years, I think we can end the dream. But Linky still believes so.
ooh, then I just got another 26.
Ooh, and then
Like it.
26. Yeah, people are like, ooh, everybody in chat like, ooh. Linky plus 30 mod or bust. All right.
Hey, I don't disagree with you at all. I would prefer them as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, it would be nice. Yeah.
uh cool.
Evo, our fellow, another fellow Canadian up there in Canada, there, eh? Says hello from North San Diego. Says happy sleepy Saturday and skull as always. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We hope you're having a wonderful day there, Evo. What else? 73. I have a bunch of 30 plus 30 mods, but they're all arrows.
Mm.
Yes, that's true. Yes. Yes.
Then we got another
Non arrows.
25. I'll take a 25.
But yeah, when I roll mods, it's great swadness. When Karth
Great
and everybody
swagginess
else,
was incurred by all.
yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Makes me very swag. That you are alive and that is a plus. And we're glad to have you alive in the stream there, Evo. Oh yeah, Bodge. That's just fantastic. That's just fantastical. All right, get your questions in. We're gonna go for a little while longer here, and then we'll take a break. I'm gonna let Karth go eat his meat. I'm gonna go get some meat too, and then we'll be back tonight for some Dungeons and Dragons. So get your questions in. If you have a question, put that in chat. Make sure you put the word question for your question, comment, or statement you want us to respond to, and we'll get to it. Everybody ready to kick ass in TW? I didn't join this TW because I got other stuff I got to work on, so not for me. But everybody else, go kick that ass. Jedi Gothic says cheers from San Diego there, eh? That's right. All right. We got some San Diegoans there. Right. Cheers, everybody, says Jedi Gothic. Hello, Jedi. How are you? Good. Good. The Ewok Galactic Challenge on Monday, that's always fun. What was today? It was the Dooku event, right? And then we've got Emperor's Demise. Oh, I've got to go do that. Let me sim this real quick. Get some mods here that I'm probably going to be swat about. Yes. I'm going to use my new Imperial Remnant. Why not? Let's see. You can go. Let's see. Let's go with you and you and you and you and sure. Put this on auto. Linky, they've really been pulling out the sucky challenges. Notice there hasn't been any Gungans one since Jar Jar left. What was this last one we had? Was it Scoundrels? No.
I mean, they're upping the enemies that we're facing
I know.
pretty drastically. A lot of what we're facing on the day to day is like better and better teams,
Yeah.
which I mean is what it is. It's not the end of the world by any measure, but it's they're definitely. I'm finding that when they don't do like the featured faction, that it's taking multiple fights to get the feats done because they just choose stuff that's very hard to do in one. But I haven't. But again, at my level, it's really just throwing in the combination you need to throw in to win it. Very rarely do you have to worry about the rest of it. So
yeah, if you got Gungans, I mean, although there was one Gungan fight, I was like, this is, oh my God, I can't remember which one it was. I was like, this is ridiculous. But yeah, I hate the gatekeeping on Galactic Challenges because people need those Omicrons and stuff, but you know, you have to have the right teams, but it's hard.
Still, yeah, without the faction, you can still get the 2 Omicrons, but it's getting everything else maxed. And sometimes those fights are really atrocious. So it's not terrible, but it's not. I don't understand like the gatekeeping of those materials so much. It's just like the challenges should just be you go up and do it, and it shouldn't be like bust your balls hard. But
yeah,
I do understand having some sort of challenge. But I mean, when it's just incredibly punishing, it's like, all right, get rocked.
Suck it, Trebek. Suck it long and suck it hard. Linky says, truth be told, while the Omicrons are nice, the mod slice material is almost more important. It is, but I mean,
yeah.
They're both valuable. Hey, we're getting raided by BFT. All right, unlock S foes and assume attack position.
Red 6 standing by.
That's right. All right, BFT, what's going on?
Red Fox standing by. Big Red standing by. Red October standing by.
That's right.
Helen
Red
Red
October
standing by.
standing by.
Simply Red standing by.
Simply Red standing by. All right, BFT, welcome to the Jedi Academy. Glad to have you here, buddy. Pretty sweet. Welcome. We're answering your questions of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes as is tradition. All right, and then I am well, Karth's rolling mods at the same time and getting incredible rolls, and I did the same thing and got.
I picked up 3 plus 25s today.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I mean, I won't argue that, but it still sucks that like some of them rolled really low. I had like 3 that were at 20s that rolled 4 or less, so they all ended up like 24 23s, and I'm like, I got the hit, but the sucky ones, oh well.
And we blame Finn. BFT says full clear. Nice, very nice. Any drops on those fights? Poo diarrhea? Yes.
Poo diarrhea.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah. We've been doing some experimenting. I know the pain. I know the pain, my friend. Yes. I mainly have done that myself, you know. So, just,
done this yourself, banana.
I did, yeah. I really did some bad things there that were not good. So. That's right. What's up with your Braves lately, man? They should be dominating. They're not dominating. What the hell? But yeah, get your questions in. Do all the stuff and things. I'm currently looking for questions. We got too many people. That's hurt. Oh, yeah, that's true. Stuff and things. All right. Yeah, we'll go about another 20 minutes here. So yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. That is true. All right. Any other questions? Oh, we're just kind of in chill mode right now. We're just, you know, we're doing it. We're chilling. We're doing it. Yeah.
Yes.
Those things. Yes. Doing. Yeah, we did GAC yesterday, and we're getting ready again by Nooch. Snoochies!
Red 5 standing by.
Red button standing by.
Snoochie
Red 5 standing
Noochies.
by. Big red standing by.
Oh
Red
my God, we got
October
BFT
standing
and the
by.
Nooch raiding us.
Standing
Happy
by.
days are
Simply
here
Red standing
again.
by.
Glad to have you here. Here to serve. Hell yeah. Yeah, we did JC yesterday. Quite well. I mean, we kind of dicked around with a couple teams, but we had fun with it. So, you know, tried. I got to work on my Africron. It's just not doing what it needs to do against Java. So we learned that valuable lesson. I need to get more defense on it. But I was looking at that Datacron. It's like, I re-rolled the hell out of that already to get that cron. I may just create a new 000 cron and see what I can come up with, because a lot of materials waste on that. Oh, Depressed Swamp says, happy morning, Delicious Jane Carth. Oh, happy morning. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Kickman, what's going on? All right, so we have the Nooch. Snoochy Noochies. We got BFT. We got everybody from there. Thank you, thank you. Where it's the Jedi Academy. This is a Q&A show, so if you have your questions, hit me and Mr. Carther Jr. kiss up at any time. The engineer says Pedro Pascal is now in Gladiator 2. Can't see him as Mando. Thoughts? Can't use him as Mando. I don't see why he can't do both. Saying it do a little bit.
Could. He very well could.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Snakes 1594. What's going on? Or actually, Jedi Rules have 1-4. Then I'll get your questions there, buddy. This question: how did your GSC go yesterday? We full cleared. We full cleared both rounds. I've just dropped a battle here and there because we were trying something, with the crons to see how it would do against certain teams. But I mean, clearing's not the issue. It's just being efficient. And I was like, I'll lose because I really want to see how this plays out. So we're going to make some adjustments and stuff. Our opponent, we full cleared again yesterday, but if our opponent's efficient like they all are, then we'll probably lose. Snakes 1594 question: what is the best Leviathan counter? Well, you only have really two good options. Well, Karth, what do you think? What are the Leviathan, the best Leviathan? What is best in life?
For the most consistent's the mirror, but if you don't have that, then it's gonna be the Empire.
That depends on which lineup they go with.
Yeah, it's harder with a dagger up front. Not impossible, but harder. You can do the Executor. I'm not familiar with that to make it work consistently. I think you're kind of RNG dependent on some things. But the Executor can do it. And then you have the Negotiator that can do it as well. But the Negotiator one requires the Marauder, which is its own can of worms. So
yeah, it's still RNG. It's like, oh man. I wish I had better news for you, buddy, but it's either that or this or this or that. So. All right. Mando is just the voice acting. Yeah, right now it is. They need to, but if they're going to,
I guess
stuff and things. Depressed Swamp, a question. Are you dressing up as Balin this Halloween, Karth?
Oh God. Probably not. I don't do much for Halloween, to be honest with you.
That's the old Ranger J.
I got nothing with nothing against the holiday. It's never really appealed to me, and I don't think I've gone to a Halloween party since college.
And so before you were born.
Yeah. Those things for sure.
All right. Yeah, no Balin for Karth.
At least not yet.
Not yet.
I might retool that, but I don't think I'm going to.
That's something Balin would say. Okay. We're not falling for the old banana in the tailpipe there, Karth.
That's unfortunate.
Mm. All right. Questions. Where did my chat go? My Twitch just disappeared. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, Evo, I saw that last night. Evo, Wolfie hit his R9 I'm a Gundai goal.
Oh, he's got to do Relic 9 I'm a Gundai?
Yeah.
Ew.
He's going to love every second of that one.
I'm sure he won't. Oh, boy, that's horrible. Linky says, nah, Karth will dress up as Shin instead. He just won't tell anyone. No, I don't think his wife's going to let him get away. Yeah, I don't think that's
Let
gonna
her
work.
dress up as Shin.
Yeah, she can do the Shin stuff, and then Karth can. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad. That wouldn't be too schwabbity.
No, it wouldn't, but I just the motivation to get costumes is pretty low.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Wolfie. It's the best R9 Jedi support that you could ever do from the Galactic Republic. Come on.
Oh my god.
There's nobody better than R9 I'm a Gundai. Come on.
Come on.
He's gonna do you so much good in
Come on.
the raid and light side Geo and he's gonna win you a GAC for sure. I'm calling it now. It might be in 6 years when he gets a Datacron.
Oh yeah, for shizzle.
Yeah, he's helping you. He's helping. I know he's not a fake character.
Oh, I have to sing his song correctly now. I've changed my tune on that because for the wolf. He robs from the rich to give to the poor. That's Wolf. Robin Hood, SWGOH. You can tell how enthusiastic I am about having to sing it correctly.
Yes,
Yes.
We are now offering the depressed versions of songs.
Yeah, on that one, yes. But I said I would never sing it wrong again, and I'm going to live to that standard. So there you go, Wolfie. I will never get it wrong again. DP says, plus the ship he doesn't have. That's true. I'm a Gundai ship will be important in the future.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You have done this yourself, Wolf.
He is going to be piloting the most important Galactic Republic ship for Mace Windu.
That's right.
And you're going to be so stoked that you've got him at R9 in like 3 years.
I'm glad I don't do that silliness.
Yeah, you just drink shoeies and Fernet.
Yeah, but I ain't taking characters that I don't need to Relic 9.
I mean, that's fair, but cap ship confirmed.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. I would laugh
fantastic.
maniacally if he got a capital ship. The guy who doesn't even fight in space the entire screen time gets a capital ship. I would laugh.
Yes.
I'm actually low-key surprised they haven't brought in more of the
check in. Red 3 standing by. Red 6 standing by.
Oh, we're getting raided again by the Lost Swamp Rat.
Oh, that's right.
Standing by. Big Red.
I keep thinking Depressed Wampa and the Lost Wampa are the same person. My brain just looks at the Wampa and goes, "That's the same guy."
Because at least he didn't have to take Hoth Rebel Soldier Rook 9, though we could make that happen. I mean, I took Rolo and Hoth Rebel. We're making our big push for Star, so I took both those to 9.
Who's the next R9 sub goal, Wolfie?
Yeah.
Who's the next one? Who's your next favorite person?
What are you doing there, gang? What are you doing, baby? What are you thinking there? Baby?
Choosing Sunday. Ah, boo. Come on, Wolfie. You're supposed to do it on the same stream. I'm a whale womp rat. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's true. That's science. You can't argue with our science. Science stuff right there.
Choosing Sunday. I think Wolfie needs an R9 Ugnaught,
to
be honest. If we want to go down the rabbit hole of useless characters that will have literally nothing to do, I'm thinking Uggy.
Uggy?
Uggy sounds fantastic.
Little Uggy? I see that.
Yeah,
A
a little Uggy action.
A little Uggy action. Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Wolf, after 6 hours of stalling, did you not have enough time to choose a new R9 sub goal?
Yeah, Wolf.
Yeah, I feel that, Evo. Somebody who is constantly low on all Relic 9. Ooh, Night Sister Zombie. I'm Night Sister Zombie. Yeah. Well, I wish that made more sense, Wamprat, because it's like the one character that you do and don't want to die all at the same time. It's like, the more powerful I make it, the harder it is to kill. But at the same time, it's you kind of want zombie to die because you need the death triggers to make things work. So it's I kind of miss the old paper zombie days.
Those good old days.
I would rather R9 DACA before I R9 zombie, but that's just me. Though I only have two more Night Sisters that aren't Relic 8. It's annoying me enough to I might actually do it.
Lots more. It makes less sense than anything else. You're basically making the team harder to use.
Yeah, they're a whole thing. I mean, actually, when we used it last night, we dropped out zombie because we needed the death triggers to happen faster.
That's right. Evo says, hey, at least there's not any GL requirements or anything that Wolfie needs to get to Relic 9. No, there's nothing like that he's got to work on.
No.
It's not like, the rest of us are like, sane people.
Hey, Evo, there is a perfectly good Relic 9 pack in the store right now.
That's right.
Wolfie can
That's
just
right.
use some of that Twitch money.
That's right.
Make it happen. He
Yeah.
doesn't need to be on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
He can replace that R9 immediately. So I think if it was super important to Wolfie to appease his fans and his audience by having that R9 I'm gonna die ready for next week's GAC, he can make it happen. That's all I'm saying. That's
right.
all I'm saying. Just over here stoking flames.
Yeah. For a little cost. Hey.
300 gifted subs has got to cover that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
The maths.
Yeah. We're doing the mathing. Jedi Rose Ranger question: when are we getting the light side version of Starkiller? Not anytime soon, brother.
Oh God, man, I would kill for Galen Merrick.
I would too, but it ain't happening anytime soon, brother.
Give me Galen. give me. I want him. I want Juno. I want Roto. What is it? Ram Koda.
Yes, Ram Koda.
I want that team, and then I don't know. Give me Proxy as just a whatever. I don't care. I don't care who the fifth ends up being. There's not really many characters from the second game that they could pull from, to be honest. But I mean, easily give me that team. Oh my God, I would love that so much. That would be something else I would wail on.
But also 3 question, Carth, are you using Morgan for anything or
no? She's utterly useless in 5s and 3s. She had some use because you could put her with Asajj and Spirit and have some fun. But in 5s, she is detrimental to the normal Night Sister team that you would run, and there's not a good split. You can't pull Asajj and Marin, either one, away from Talzin. And Morgan doesn't do you any good with Talzin. So
yeah, we need to get the Great Mothers, and I think she's going to be really good with. I mean, yeah, she can do a Night Sister team, but I think it's going to be part of the Balin team that's coming out. That she's going to be more really stepping up. Well, that's true, Wolf. He says, technically speaking, the Starkiller we have is the light side version of Starkiller. He just has the dark side tech. That's true. I wish if they had done that, they would have put him in his dark side outfit. You know what I'm saying?
He's in his dark side outfit.
Well, I mean, with the helmet and everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's the claws.
That's like the full dark side.
Yeah. That's what I was. Yeah, I love that. I
want the guy from the second game with the dual wielding blue lightsabers. That I could get behind really hard and fast. I would love to see that. So
Evo says, make Proxy a tank and give him to Afra, because why not? Does it make sense? No. Does CG care? Also no.
well, Afra needs the rest of her team. Honest to God, they need to make her good again.
Yeah.
And she's so Datacron dependent on her viability that I feel like it's a real shame for the character.
It is.
I mean, you show me where they made that officially the case.
Wait, that wasn't Starkillers. I thought that was Tulak Horde's costume in the in Andor, in Luthien's shop. It was Starkiller?
It was his outfit.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
100%
It's been a minute
outfit.
since I watched Andor. I got a flash of that, and then people were freaking out.
I like Wolfie's technicality argument here. He is right.
He is right.
I don't remember them ever confirming that the clone was actually the clone, because they make a good point to where in a game where he doesn't even care. He is Galen Merrick, and that's what he decides to become, whether he is the clone or not.
Jedi Rules' question for Karth: does he know that he can use Old Ben with Leia? I think he's aware. Yes, Jedi Rules.
I was unaware that was an option. Didn't know. When it said Jedi tank, I thought they meant Plo Koon. Plo Koon does have the Rebel tag. He survived the Clone Wars. He was the actual person who showed up in season 2 of Mandalorian to rescue Grogu. It was just a projection of Luke. He wanted to conceal his identity.
Yeah, he's one of those.
All of these things are 100% fact.
Yeah, we're familiar with. We played the game too, Wolfie.
How are you confused though, Wolfie? Because we're asking for a light side tag on Starkiller, which doesn't exist in the game.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's self-explanatory. I think you're reading into it too much.
That's what Wolfie did.
I'm just here to be a problem.
Yeah,
all right, Wolf, that's all I'm saying.
And that was Maison Tython in disguise. Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. He was force projecting as Boba Fett.
That's right.
Because he needed to conceal his identity.
Yes. And his bad MFer lightsaber.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we're just asking for light side tag for
I mean, I want the other version of him from the second game.
That would be
as
cool.
A light side character.
Yeah,
that's what I'd
cool.
like.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah.
To press Wampus's question, does Carswell intuition believe that Falcon will be needed for Relic 9 for the GO? Yes, we've been saying that the entire stream, but
I believe
yes. Our spidey senses are tingling on this one.
Yeah, but like everything else, I'll wait till they confirm that. But I am fairly confident that Fulcrum will be a requirement. I would be unsurprised if they don't require her on 9.
Watch it turn out to be Relic 8, and we'll be like, oh.
I'm already there, so done.
I'll be like, okay, thank you. She's already there. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, that's what I think is the 2 people are going to be. I think they want to make her really hard, really unobtainable for cheaper or for non-spenders to get access to her. I think they want to jack up that price a little bit.
Thoughts on CG's community milestone? I don't have any thoughts, do you?
I mean,
okay.
It's an interesting way to drive community engagement,
Sure.
and I'm okay with it. Is it stuff that we're gonna get anyways? Yes, I understand that people are like, oh, this is dumb because they were gonna give it to us anyways. It's not like they were gonna hold it over our heads. I'm like, yeah, but we don't know who it is, and that's the part that interests me, because like this could be the kit reveal for something that's coming way down the line, and they just want to get us hyped. It may not be the next marquee. We don't know where it's going to be. It could be the next marquee. That's fine. But I think it's an interesting way of doing things. The puzzles are an interesting way of driving engagement. And I'm here for it. Like we were talking with last week's Tribe Talks. Like I am a bigger fan of CG at least getting their toes wet and engaging with the community more and more frequently.
I am too.
It may not be everyone's favorite way of making it happen. You can't do, thousands of dollars in giveaways every month. Well, they could, but still, they're just trying other things and getting feedback. And so I'm fine with it. Let it ride. Have
That's
a good
right.
time.
Yeah, I mean, I like the giveaway they did. They gave a bunch of content creators stuff to give away, and then they had the event for the PC client that was giving away stuff. I'm like, yeah, do that, do more of that. That was fantastic. I loved it. Okay. Will says, I mean, arguably the one we have should be light side. The one from the second game is sort of himself and bringing his chains. I don't know if it's
All
hero
right, all right.
concept.
But
Okay,
this is where I'm at with it, Wolfie.
I just want a light side.
I
I don't care.
want I want the Star Killer from the second game. So Galen Merrick, the non-Star Killer titled version. Okay, I want him with his dual wielded blue lightsabers
Okay.
with a light side tag. I don't give a shit about the lore. The lore means nothing to me. I don't give a crap what's going on. I want that version of him in the game with the light side tag, and I want them to give us the team. I want Juno, Ram Koda. I want Proxy.
That's right.
And I want who's the last character I want for that team?
I don't know. The cool version of Shakti. I don't know.
No, I want Mars Brood. I want the girl. I want that Jedi apprentice from that planet. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That's the team I want. I want that team. Triggered. I'm a little triggered, but I'm just telling you what I want, Wolfie.
I'll tell you what I want.
You're the one arguing details I don't care about.
Yeah. Stop it.
You are technically correct across all fronts, but the point is I want that version of him in the game with the light side tag. Not that I want.
I know, right, Wolf? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the scantily clad Shakti. No, I would love to have Mars Brood from the first game as and even leave her dark side. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But Proxy would be a fun like tank character for them to implement into the game, because they let him have a stances and let him become different characters. Just make it you saw how the art department did on that hollow projection of Thrawn.
And
did you
my God,
notice,
it's fantastic.
Did you notice that when the Imperial Remnant allies revive, they get green glows on their eyes?
I did not notice that. Wow.
Yeah, I saw that in Arnold's test footage, and I was like, "That they're doing a really good job."
No, the art department has done a fantastic job.
I would love for them to do a hollow, it's a clear hollow projection, but of different characters that he was training as. So it's he can hollow project as Darth Maul. He could hollow project as Kenobi or somebody like that, and make it a fun little thing and have him give him stances. But I would love to see that team show up in the game. I feel like that's kind of a lot of fan favorite characters from that particular thing. So I would love to see it. I also did tell CG that the 20th anniversary of Republic Commando is next year.
Oh, that's true.
And I would like to see Delta Squad in the game. So
that would be really cool.
I'm just telling you right now.
I've been pushing for Celestials, the Internal Throne, and True Revan. That's been my big pushes.
Yeah.
I said Vong, and it said, what's Vong? And I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, right. I would actually, I would be okay with Vitiate coming into the game as a GL and then giving us the family.
Give the whole family, man. Talk about a powerhouse El Familia. That would be awesome to game, man. Holy shit. That would be
really cool. I would love to see it.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. CG needs to get back into doing stuff in the games. I get following the shows, but I think the shows don't have nearly the same fondness that the games do. I feel like the games would drag in a bigger crowd, but I mean, I don't work there, so
all we can do is offer our sage advice, Car. That's all we can do. G-Dub says, shout out to Meathead for doing their best for creating engagement with the community. And DP says, hell yeah, I'll take any communications for CG I can get. Hell yeah.
I mean, it's vastly. I mean, with Meathead there, it's vastly improved.
Yeah. Still needs some work, but it's getting better.
Well, yeah, you say vastly improved when you start at 0. 1% better is a vast.
That's very Nathaniel Morgan, if you want to trigger Wolf, just use acronyms. Really? I didn't know that. So we should start acronyming it up there, Carl?
IDK about that. Okay, yeah. Just saying.
We have to put Wolf on KP. Send them to the DMZ. Put them on KP. Maybe send them to the JAG. It's like a wolf going, what?
That's
What?
Yeah. All that military jargon just dropping out of Ranger's mouth.
That's right. Oh, we use. Oh my God. We're going to talk about acronyms. For characters. Oh, for characters specifically. Oh, well, maybe we can do that.
Like GLAT
Yes.
or some GS for Geo Soldier. Give me some NS action going on.
Well, I mean, if you're going to use JTH with, BL, you may want to throw in a K along with the. Oh no, I have no problems.
Oh, you want some glow action, Wolfie? You want to talk about
some glow?
About glow?
You want
to talk about glow?
Want to go do a little glow?
The world's most powerful GL without that definitely needs a lifter, but with the lifter it's powerful. How about
it was at this moment Wolfie drew back his longbow with 2 arrows notched, one for Ranger and one for Karth.
I don't
think Wolf seems to be triggered by this, though.
No, he doesn't. I think
someone's just saying some stuff.
I feel like if we get his reaction in real time, it would be
yeah, we need to see that. Yeah,
we could probably spin him up a little bit.
Yeah, he seems TP says, JC.
He must have had a little spat on stream last night about acronyms. I don't know, Wolfie. Were you going off the rails again? Again, like it happens all the time. I don't even think that's the case.
I don't think so. Wolf seems pretty chill.
Probably.
I'm in no way unique in that regard. What do you think, Karth?
I can't disagree. I don't think it's. I don't. He's
all right.
We're one of many.
Jedi rules question for Karth: would he be happy if Padawan Anakin was finally a new character instead of just being in TB? I wouldn't mind.
I mean, I would like for them to rebuild the Padme squad.
It would be nice to have him in there.
Because I feel like JMK just keeps stealing stuff and he didn't need to, and I would like to see it back, but it's just like I need to get. We need more for that. I would need to see more like Attack of the Clones type stuff. So Jedi Knight Kenobi and Padawan Anakin and things of that nature. Like rebuild it, make another
I actually got
trio with Padme.
Here, I'll show this on stream. Here, hold on a second. This will make Jedi rules happy.
Is it scantily clad women?
Look what I got, Jedi rules. Found this for nothing at McKay's and when I was in Nashville. Padawan Anakin Skywalker from episode 2. Pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I figured you might like to see that, Jedi rules. I got that one. The other one I got the pilot for Rogue One. And then what was the other one we got? I got one more and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I got the other Imperial guard from episode 8. So I'm going to get that situated. My fat scenes behind me. Stuff got knocked over. I got to redo it all anyway. So we'll get the background looking good again. All these fantastic Black Series characters. Just fantastic. Just fantastic. All right. I'm not seeing any other questions, Karth. I think we start wrapping it up. So roll the credits. Getting ready to roll the credits. I got to get ready for my D&D stream tonight and eat food. I haven't eaten. I get some eggs and protein myself there, Carthage.
Yeah, I gotta get breakfast here soon too.
Right. So yeah, final call for questions and stuff. We get about a couple minutes, and then we're going to wrap it up. We're wrapping it up, Karth. We're wrapping it up. So if you have any questions, now's the time, because me and Karth have things to get going and doing. I'll let you guys know about JAC on Monday. We'll see what happens. We did have fun with it. We did have fun testing all this. I'm loving Wampacron, man. Oh my god, that thing is so much fun.
I love the Wampa solo versus so many teams right now.
It's so fun, dude.
Like, they're like, Step or Destroy still beat. Well, this step will stop Wampa, and I'm like, no, it won't.
No, it won't.
Like it stopped Wampa with the Stap Kron because the target lock was unresistible. But now, no, you Wampa gains tenacity faster than they gain potency. So
yeah,
best of luck.
Good luck. Just he looks at Rogue One, goes, that's cute. Die.
Oh look, a snack.
She's hungry. She needs feeding. All right. I'm not seeing any other questions. All right. So we're going to end the stream here, and I'll be back tonight on YouTube and Discord, or on YouTube and Twitch for D&D. We got a new campaign we're starting, so I've got some work to do on that. So yeah. So any final thoughts, Karth, before we get out of here, brother?
I've got absolutely none.
All right. So with that, we're getting out of here. It's bathroom break time, and I've drinking too much coffee. So I must pee. So everyone have a great rest of the day. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, do all those stuffs and things. Twitch hit the follow. So yeah, we'll be back tonight. And if you need more SWGOH, we'll be back Monday for the lunch stream to round out our first week of 5v5 GAC. Let you know how it goes. So make sure you get your TWs in, finish up your conquest, guys. Get those materials, roll those crons. You know what you need to do. So with that, everyone have a great rest of your day.